Hello! In this video, we're going to talk about the hider spawn room of Atlantis and all the different hiding spots you can see in here. Right? As for the TNTs, right, this TNT stack is almost symmetrical, right? To make this stack symmetrical, all you would have to do is put a TNT right here. So that's one way that you can think about the stack. If you ever see three TNTs on top of the stack, that's how you know it's fake. So 3 TNTs, it's fake. 3 TNTs on top of the stack, it's fake. Pretty easy, right? Now, disregarding the 2 TNTs on top of the stack, the bottom of the stack is symmetrical. So anything that makes the bottom of the stack not symmetrical, for instance, a TNT right here, the bottom of the stack is no longer symmetrical. You see a square of TNT would be fake. Anywhere where the TNT stack is squared off, like you see a square of TNT. Or in other words, 2 TNTs in a row on the bottom of the stack. That's another way to think about it. It would be a fake TNT. That's all you gotta think about, right? You just gotta sort of recognize those deviations. Bookshelf stack is actually pretty similar, right? But let's just start with the most important spot, which is if you see a bookshelf in this hole right here, then it's fake. Another thing you might see is a bookshelf at the very top of the stack, so something like that would be fake. Right, so that's the top of the stack, right? What I want you to notice is that if there is a bookshelf in this hole, it makes the top of the stack symmetrical. Therefore, just assuming that there's a bookshelf here, if there's a bookshelf anywhere else, then the top of the bookshelf stack is no longer symmetrical. So it's really easy to just think of it that way. Right? And also another way to think about it is it squares off. It makes the top of the stack squared off, right? It's squared off on the top, squared off on the top. You can also see a square form if there's a bookshelf right here. Like it's squared off, right? I like that. It's good. That's basically it. As for the bottom of the stack, notice there is actually 2 bookshelves in a row here. You should never see 2 bookshelves in a row on the left side of the stack. So that would be fake. Now again, you should never see the bottom of the stack squared off, right? Squared off. Again, right here, it's squared off. That would be fake. Right here, again, it's 2 in a row, but you shouldn't see 2 in a row. Pretty easy, just sort of think of it that way. Going over here now, got a few more stuff going on, right? I like saying that. Got a little bit more going on. I like that. We have cakes, anvils, and flower pots. Starting with the cakes. Well, the maximum amount of cakes grouped together is 3. We have 3 cakes together like this. So you should never see a group of 5 cakes like this. That would be fake. So this is a group of 5 cakes. Another way to think about it, there's 4 cakes in a row. That would be fake. You should never see 3 cakes in a row. So something like this would be fake. Again, you should never see 3 cakes in a row, so this would be fake. You should never see a cake right here either. So I would just sort of memorize this spot. And that's basically it. As for the flower pots, there's only 2 flower pots over here. It's just these 2. Many times you're going to find flower pots in these holes, like a flower pot right here, or a flower pot right here. So just memorize that. It's basically all it is. As for the anvils, you can see anvils in either one of those 2 spots as well. For instance, an anvil right here in that hole, or an anvil in this hole. Probably the most important spots to know about. Some other spots you might see is you might literally see an anvil blocking the entranceway into that hole. I like that. The entranceway into that hole. That's a good one. I like that. Alright. You might see 2 anvils in a row. That would be fake. Also, you should never see the anvil stack squared off right here. You should also never see the anvil stack squared off on the top, right? Sort of forms sort of a cube on the top. So it cubes it off, sort of. That would be fake. And so that's basically it for the hider spawn room. As you can see, not much going on, right? But it's really common to find hiders inside this room, so that's why there's a whole video on it, which is this video. So that's basically it for this video.